What's up, guys? Welcome back to All Wings Everything, and you already know who I am. I'm your cook, Spinelli. Now in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make one pot chicken with dirty rice. Man, I love this recipe here, and I know you will too. So I hope you're in your kitchen. I'm already in mine, so let's go. All right, so here are the ingredients we're gonna use for today's recipe. Let's go ahead and do a quick roll call. So right here we have 4 bone-ends chicken thighs. Now guys, if you wanna use breasts or drumsticks, you can. It doesn't matter. Here I have a pound of Andouille sausage. Right here I have about 4.5 cups of chicken stock. I have 1 cup of rice. I have 2 celery stalks chopped. I have 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. If you wanna omit that, you can. A teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. I have 1 medium onion chopped. I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 jalapeno pepper chopped, 5 garlic cloves minced, another tablespoon of olive oil, a teaspoon and a half of paprika, a teaspoon of lemon juice, another 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/4 of a teaspoon of red chili flakes, a teaspoon of garlic powder, teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of oregano, and 1 teaspoon of dried minced onion. So these are the ingredients, guys. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing we're gonna do is prepare our marinade. Now I forgot to mention an additional 1/2 teaspoon of pepper for the marinade. I didn't say that. So what we're gonna do is start adding all our marinade ingredients, which is our 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper that I didn't mention, our garlic powder, our paprika, cayenne pepper, our minced onions, salt, chili flakes, oregano, our lemon juice, and our olive oil. Now what we want to do is we want this to create a paste. So what we're going to do is we're going to kind of get that mixed up. I'm going to add a little bit more olive oil to mine. Kind of like that, guys. That's how you want it to look. All right, so what we're going to do next, we're just going to pull this aside or set it aside and bring over our chicken thighs, and we're just going to add our paste. And this can get messy, so don't worry about it, because we're going to mix this up on our chicken thighs. You might want to use your hands to do this, but we're going to get this baby mixed up, and we're going to make sure we get all that goodness on these thighs. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this aside, let all those ingredients settle into the chicken, and we're going to continue with the rest of the recipe. Okay, so while our chicken is marinating, what we're going to do is we're going to start preparing our sausage. And we're going to drizzle our olive oil in here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start adding our sausage. And we have this over a medium-high heat, and we're going to cook them till they're brown on both sides. All right, so it looks like we're there. We got them all brown right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause our heat, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get these removed from the pan, and we'll be right back. All right, so next step we're gonna do is I unpaused our heat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our thighs and we're gonna place them skin side down into our pot. And what we're looking to do here in this step is just to get a nice sear on these thighs. About 2 to 3 minutes on each side, depending on how hot you have your fire or heat, but you want to get a nice sear on both sides. Okay, so it looks like we got a nice sear on both sides. This here looks pretty good. I didn't want to sear them too much because I didn't want to mess up my skin, man. We got them looking pretty good. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna remove them out of here, out of our pan. Let me pause this heat real quick. What you want to do, guys, you want to take a paper towel and move some of the black drippings or the burnt pieces out of your pan. Now the brown ones you can keep. You want to keep those, but as much as you can, move out the ones that overcooked, just as much as possible. Don't make too big of a deal out of it. Now what we're going to do over medium-low heat, I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil back to it. We're going to add our onions, our jalapenos, and our celery. And we're going to saute this for about 2 to 3 minutes. All right, guys, after your first minute, what you want to do is you want to add your garlic. And we're going to cook this for another minute to 2 minutes. So our vegetables have softened and we smell that garlic fragrance. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start adding the rest of our dry ingredients. We have our red pepper and our salt and pepper. And we're gonna get that mixed in. And this should take about 45 seconds. We're gonna come behind that with our rice and of course our chicken stock. And we're gonna stir this and we're gonna let it simmer for about a minute. All right, so now that we're at a simmer, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start adding our sausage back into the mix. I'm gonna hold off on all those sausage right now, and we're gonna add our thighs, pouring the juice over the thighs. Now I'm gonna go back in with the remaining of my sausage. Now we're gonna bring it back up to a simmer. We're gonna cover it. I'm gonna pause my heat right here. And I've already preheated the oven to 350 degrees. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit this baby in there on 350 degrees for 35 minutes covered. And then we're gonna remove it. And then we're gonna bake it for another 10 to 15 minutes uncovered, all right? So let me go ahead and get this in the oven. All right, so we're 35 minutes out of the oven. Take a look at what we have right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it back in the oven, uncooked. As you can see, you probably can't see, but it's still a little bit liquid in there. We're gonna cook it for an additional 10 to 15 minutes, depending on the liquid you got in there. It looks like I could go probably for another 8 to 10 minutes. And once we pour that out, we'll be ready to go. All right, so let me go ahead and put this back in here and I'll be back in 10. And here we are, another 10 minutes out of the oven, guys. Take a look at what we have. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take some green onions and we're just gonna garnish it with some green onions. You know, to give it a little color, you know how we do it. And I'm also gonna take some fresh parsley and we're gonna sprinkle that over there like that also. Now guys, you tell me what you think about this right here. There you have it, guys. One pot chicken and dirty rice. Go ahead, comment below. Let's get the conversation started there. I want to know what you guys think about this recipe here. Man, it looks delicious. It smells good. And I can't wait to bite into it. So let's go ahead and get into quality control because I am ready. Let's go. All right, so now we are back here for quality control. And I tell you, I am ready to get a hold of this one pot chicken and dirty rice, guys. Take a look at that right there, man. Ooh. God, I know I'm looking rough today, man. I'm telling you, I just skipped the haircut appointment for 2 weeks. I don't know why. It's just lazy, but anyway. Man, oh yes. God, this rice. If you know anything about me, you know I love me some rice. It's a weakness. I haven't even got to the chicken yet, but let's go ahead and get to the chicken. Man, that's what I like. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not even a fan of bone-in thighs. I'd rather the boneless thighs. And the flavor, oh man, that's delicious. I'm gonna let y'all go and I'm gonna continue eating. So until then, I'm your cook, Spinelli. This is All Wings Everything. And yes, I am out. Peace.